live from Shenanigans and Citrus Heights. This is the Mad Bomber Podcast, and you are talking with me and the Oracle. Oracle, I'm going to go ahead and let you have thoughts on the very, very first half. It looks like it was a half of two tails. There was a good defense, not so good offense on the Raiders. Well, take it away.
Well, here we go. I mean, yeah, it didn't get off to a good start, especially on the first play of the game. Chargers take about like 8.5 minutes off the clock, and they ended with a good Quentin Johnston touchdown where they pick apart the cover 3 zone really well. They match up Quentin Johnston on Devin White, and Devin White is not covering Johnston well. He's kind of looking at Herbert, and then even after he catches the ball, he kind of doesn't really hustle after Devin White to get him for the touchdown. And then, look, it looks like we have the nice Caillou Blue Kelly interception where they're Blue Kelly and Chin. They're running a slant out, and Blue Kelly does a great job of passing off of the coverage responsibilities, and that really fooled Herbert. I bet you Herbert wasn't expecting the Raiders to pass off their man coverage responsibilities, but it happened, and Blue Kelly was able to get the pick. Unfortunately, we have a really – and I'm going to say, it really looked like a really good play that Dante Jackson made where he's able to tip the ball up to Tony Jefferson. But I went back and watched a replay of that, and Geno Smith is looking at Dante Thornton the entire time, and he throws a jump ball pass to Dante Thornton. Now, let me ask you this, Johnny. Has Dante Thornton proved anything worthy of throwing a 50-50 ball to in any situation this year?
No, and even in preseason, we talked about his hands being a little bit weak, and him in the offseason definitely learning how to be more of a push-off type of wide receiver, a hands fighter wide receiver, which he's not. So I was a little bit disappointed in that throw for sure, especially after the throw to Jack Bash. Yay!
Yeah, got him
and
involved.
He took it north and south immediately.
He did, yes. Yeah, and that was really good that they were able to get Jack Besh involved. He's able to beat the guy in man coverage from the slot, just running a little slant route. And, it's good that they're getting him going. At least we're seeing some of the rookies get going. Now, it looked like, from what I saw on Twitter, that Caleb Rogers got replaced by Mafi on the final drive that the Raiders were able to get the touchdown on. And, look, I thought the Raiders' final drive offensively was a really good drive. They come out, they establish Janty a little bit after the Jack Besh first down. Janty, they give him the ball like 3 times in a row. Janty had that really nice run where it was Alex Kappa pulls out going left, and he's able to get like a 9-yard gain on that. Janty's continuing to run pretty tough. And then the Chargers start to put more guys at the line of scrimmage. They start to load the box more, and that starts opening up the passing game a little bit. And I thought the offensive line did a really good job at pass protection, picking up the right guys and responsibilities. Yes. They weren't
except for the Derwin James. The Derwin James, Glaze missed that, especially when he saw him playing a 9 technique. He should have gone out to that. That was the one blemish I saw in the first half is Derwin James coming out. I mean. And when Derwin James is on the line, no matter where he's at, that's your all of your rules change immediately because that guy is a superb blitzer. I'm going to ask you for the star of the first half, and other than let's not give Bowers the star, but how about an offensive lineman star? I got one. I hope you have one.
I think Kappa's actually handling center pretty well. I do. No blemishes from him so far. Definitely looking better than Will Putnam and Jordan Meredith so far. So maybe this is now he hasn't played center really. I don't know about
never. And it's funny you say that because last week they were talking about when he came in and they were like, all the beat writers were like, hey, so when was the last time you played center? He goes, well, I've been working at it in practice this week. It's like, great answer. Great answer. Yeah. Okay, Alex, when we go to rob a bank, you're my guy.
Definitely. Yeah. I've been practicing. Yeah.
He'll rob a bank with him. Star on defense so far.
Well, I mean, look, Darian, here's the thing. The Raiders need to do a better job at bracketing Keenan Allen on third down. The Chargers at one point were 6 for 6. I don't know who we got back there, but
hold on. You're gonna get your chance. Here, sit right here with me. That's Huska came here. He was getting ready.
Oh, Husk is there? No
That's
way.
Husk.
I drove all the way from Arizona
for
for the
the
party.
Raiders defense in the first
So
half.
check it out. Huska, I'm going to ask you the question next. Oracle, who's your star on defense so far?
I think Max Crosby getting that sack would make him the star so far. But yeah, even though Devin White had a couple really bad plays, some dumb penalties, it was really good. He was able to make the tackle on 4th and 1. And of course, Caillou Blue Kelly getting the interception right there.
What do you think, Husk? Who was your star on the defense?
The interception by Bluey.
Yes.
The chin guy seems to have good run coverage, but doesn't look like he can cover anybody running a route.
We agree. I totally agree with that. It seems like Blue Kelly can come up and make the stop, but he's not really it's not a good cover guy so far. And it's like we're at week 11 or week 12 right now. Come on, it's got to happen. Other than going into the second half, we actually get the ball, don't we?
Yes. Yeah.
We get the ball coming out of the first half. Balance was the name of the game in that first half. Don't you agree? They were doing a lot of good. They weren't giving up on Genty, and that's something that Skip Jelly. Chip Kelly. You know, Chip Kelly's.
He didn't like to run the football.
Yeah, he's out. He's outski. So, Greg Olson's done a great job of getting the offense in line, both sides. What's the keys to the second half?
Definitely keep up with the balance. It's a 7-7 game. Definitely keep getting the ball to Janty. Maybe they're able to come up with some ways to get him involved in the passing game in space, kind of like what Derek Carr was talking about on the podcast. And if they could find ways to maybe get Trey Tucker a little bit involved too, he hasn't. I don't think he got a pass in the first half.
Trey Tucker.
Whether it's maybe on a reverse, maybe it's on a screen, maybe it's on a play where he's lined up on the boundary and it looks like he's going to run a vertical route and then he cuts in on a crosser. Well, maybe the defense is focused on Bowers. Maybe we can get him involved there, but let's get his speed involved in the game because he could definitely make a big play in this game too.
Okay, eyes for me on the second half. I'm going to keep an eye on the interior lineman. I'm going to watch to see if Rodgers is getting the holy guacamole, Batman. Technical difficulties here at that shenanigans.
Uh-oh.
So last word, Erica, what do you think?
Well, I definitely think that with Herbert and his left hand being a little compromised and they're going to have to go from the gun, I really wonder how that's going to affect the run game for the Chargers because whenever you're in the shotgun, there's not as many run concepts that you could incorporate into your game plan. So I bet you Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman, they're really scrambling right now to kind of come up with their best run plays from the shotgun. And the Raiders got to understand that because they're in the shotgun, they have only a limited amount of concepts they could run. So the Raiders need to understand what are those concepts going to be and really be able to key and diagnose it when they see it.
Final word is us. We just got to finish.
Got to finish.
Good teams.
Got to finish.
Good teams finish.
If you need consistency, I think, and just keep running Genty. I say you got to just run the hell out of the football.
Yeah.
And either, win or lose that way because
ride or die.
It's not going to do it for you.
Ride or die. That's the great Husk. All right, guys, we will see you at in between 8 and 8 and
Oracle,
9
don't
minutes.
let them fool you that Carlsbad weather. It's cold as hell up here.
It's cold. It's cold here. Oracle, you should be having fun. It's Ace Frio, as they say in parts of our town. Anyway, we'll see you in the middle of the fourth quarter. Good night now.
Good night now.
490. Now it's Siani to the left. Biletnikoff to the right against Marsalis. Back is Lamonica. Throws for Biletnikoff. Touchdown Raiders! Biletnikoff is having words right now with Marsalis. Fred caught that ball after quite a physical battle with Marsalis in the right corner of the end zone. He went on out of the end zone, and then instead of slamming the ball into the turf, he ran back in about 10 yards to where Marsalis was and defiantly slammed it in the turf in front of Marsalis. The two tight ends are lined up as tight ends. Back goes Darrell to pass. He's looking for Smith, but instead goes down the middle. Chester, touchdown Raiders! Holy Toledo, what a great ball! 19 yards and a Raider touchdown to make it 22-3. Chester had gotten free at the 5 and was all alone in the end zone 2 yards in. The Chargers now have a brilliant opportunity to put this game away. Here's Williams to the left, Garrison to the right, flanks right, Charlie Smith out to the left as a wingback, leaves only one back to block, that's Hubbard. LaMonica back, gets fine blocking, now he throws down the middle, Branch at the 20. Branch at the 18, tripped up, keeps going, reverses to the 15, he's at the 10, he dances down to the 9-yard line. First and goal to go Raiders. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go, and hang on to your hats. Branch is still in. He goes to the right, slotted inside Biletnikoff. 5 defensive backs in there. LaMonica gives to Smith, sending him to the left. He's got Upshaw in front. He's at the 5. He's at the 2. It's a touchdown Raiders. Charlie Smith from 9.5 yards out. Oakland has gone in front. Clarence Davis is in for Charlie Smith. He's a deep threat on pass reception. Back goes Stabler to pass, steps away from the rush. He's going to run up the left side. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Touchdown, Oakland Raiders! I'm sorry I've lost my voice. Kenny Stabler goes all the way, 30 yards.